Welcome everyone to episode 30. Wow, kind of feels like a milestone. This is fun. I want to thank each of you for tuning into the videos, and for all those who have offered their gifts of currency. Thank you. I receive with gratitude, much appreciation and love to you. And if you want to give a gift of currency but you just don't have it, no worries, you guys. This is just if you are abundant and you want to share. There's no obligation, so please don't be hard on yourselves. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about what happened in March and what some of us have been feeling, so that you know you're not alone. Personally, I went through, I don't even really know how to describe it. It felt like I wasn't completely present, and I knew I was doing work in other dimensions. And I also went through a huge detox, and I feel like that's hopefully winding down a little bit now. But I had, like, I would wake up in the morning with my fingers a little bit swollen, and like my joints a little bit achy in my body. And I knew intuitively I was going through a detox, so I did things to support that. And so what you can do if you have been experiencing things in your body that have been shifting, we are going to ask about that. But just on a very practical level, drink lots of pure water if you can. Eat as organic as possible. Eat as many whole foods as possible. I even started juicing just to flood my body with nutrients. So just simple things like that. It doesn't have to be elaborate, it doesn't have to be complex, but just to give yourself a lot of rest, a lot of deep love and honoring and self-care. These are times of immense change, and the way we navigate that is just allowing the flow, allowing acceptance, being extremely gentle with ourselves, and eating as well as possible, and also getting out into nature if you can. So those are my words. We'll see what Prime Creator has to say, because it's only going to amplify in my understanding. It's just going to keep getting more and more intense with the beautiful energies that are coming in. So the best that we can do is to make that intention to integrate those energies, and then to give ourselves lots of deep self-care and self-love and honor. Much love to you. And as always, use your discernment through your heart as you hear the words of Prime Creator. Take what resonates.
A viewer asks, can Prime Creator share information about inner Earth civilizations?
Dear ones, there are many inner Earth civilizations. Some you have heard about. Others will be revealed in the coming years. Most of these are quite benevolent, and actually went into inner Earth until such time as their energies were supported to resurface on Gaia. It was a way of continuing their society, their culture, in protection and in peace, without the illusion and hologram of the surface of your planet. They have much to contribute to you, dear ones. For those of you who feel a connection or would like to develop a connection, simply state your intentions and ask for their energies, their assistance. Ask for connection with them. And in most cases, they will gladly oblige, as long as they read your heart and know that you are of purity and wish to use the connection for the highest good.
A viewer asks, what is the purpose of Earth's Planetary Council?
Yes, dear ones, there is a planetary council for Gaia, for your planet Earth, to assist all beings on Gaia in their ascension process, in the process of returning to the heart, They work with the ascended masters, the angels, the archangels, and many other light beings in the hierarchy. They are working with your bodies on all layers and levels to assist you as you transition from your carbon DNA to crystalline DNA, as you transition out of the old paradigm into the new paradigm. The Planetary Council are guides for you. They cannot do anything against your will, but they do provide information in the form of energy codes and signatures. They also work very closely with the trees, the plants, the herbs, the animals, any life on Gaia. They are working with in close connection to assist them as well as yourselves, those in human form. I thank them for their service.
Who is on this council?
Some of your galactic star brothers and sisters are on this council. Those who care deeply about what happens on planet Earth. They have held high positions of leadership in their own galaxies and universes, and have agreed to come to planet Earth to be on the council. There are also many of you on this council, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. You attend the meetings. You provide your input. And those of you who pray from your hearts are on the council or are sending messages to the council. There are also beings, what you would call animals, one representing each species on this council. So you can see, dear ones, you are well represented. Humans, animals, plants, even your galactic brothers and sisters. It is a very well-rounded council indeed.
A viewer asks, what is the truth about the zodiac signs?
The zodiac signs were developed to give an understanding to each being that came into the planet, the time of their arrival, the date of their arrival, to give an understanding to you in human form about your origin, about your life path, even about your soul path. It is more effective when used in conjunction with other systems, such as numerology, in some cases the tarot, and other systems that this channel is not aware of. Yes, it has been misused and manipulated by some to enslave, but in its purity, it is meant to be of assistance for the human intellect to gain an understanding about themselves. So of course, when engaging with this system, you can ask that only the purest, the highest frequency information comes through for you, and to find a practitioner that is of high vibration. So that the information is pure.
A viewer asks, is there a spiritual difference between natural birth and C-section?
On a spiritual level, dear ones, there is no difference. However, it can affect the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, as it does change the flow of life force.
A viewer asks, why is sage so good at cleansing and raising vibration, and how does this work?
This is a plant used in ancient times. It has a very long history on your planet, dear ones. Because of the energy signatures of this history and of the plant itself, it is like a momentum has been built up within the plant itself. And so when used with intention, it is more effective than some other plants that you could use for the same purpose.
A viewer asks, when releasing an addictive substance, is it better to release it all at once or to release it gradually over time?
Yes, dear ones, this is different depending on each being. Some beings are equipped to release things all at once in large amounts. Some beings do much better in their physical being, the templates that they hold, to release slowly over time. And so it is important to either know yourself very well or to work with a practitioner who can give you guidance to know what will be most effective for you.
A viewer asks, can Prime Creator give advice to those experiencing mental changes as their frequencies increase?
Yes, dear ones, the best thing to do is to simply let go. To understand that as your frequency increases, you will experience changes in your brain. You will experience changes in the way that you think. This is very purposeful for those of you who have engaged in lower vibrating thoughts. Will eventually find that you cannot sustain these thoughts without self-destruction in some form. And so it is to your benefit to no longer engage with these kinds of thoughts, this kind of thinking that weighs you down, that deroutes your nervous system. It is important in these times, dear ones, to stay focused on what it is you wish to create in your life, in your experience. As this channel mentioned, it would be of great benefit to eat pure food, to drink pure water. This will assist your mental flow. This will assist you in allowing yourself to release any thoughts of lower vibration. Surround yourself with the highest frequencies possible to uplift your mental states.
A viewer asks, can Prime Creator give advice to those experiencing emotional changes as their frequencies increase?
Yes, dear ones, this channel speaks of self-love and self-honoring. This attitude towards yourself will soothe your emotional body as it goes through changes. Much like the mental layer, many carry vibrations of lower density in the emotional body. And it would be of great benefit at this time to release and transmute those lower density vibrations. And so very similar to the mental layer. Eat pure food, drink pure water, and develop an attitude towards yourself of gentleness, of compassion. Appreciate yourself, honor yourself, and know that you are worthy and deserving of ease and grace.
A viewer asks, can Prime Creator give advice to those experiencing physical changes as their frequencies increase?
Yes, dear ones. For many of you, this is where you will feel things in the most amplified way. Especially for those of you who are not sensitive emotionally. The physical body may experience great changes. Because as you are raising your frequency, Things are being rearranged in your being at a molecular level. New DNA awakening, crystalline DNA instead of carbon DNA. The way your cells replicate, the way you regenerate your body. All of these things and much more, dear ones, are now happening to many of your bodies. And so to be gentle and to honor your body's needs. If your body wishes to move, find a way of movement that you enjoy. If your body wishes to rest, allow yourself to lie down or to sit and relax. Many of you will experience an opposite, meaning what you experienced before in your physical body will suddenly feel different. Those of you who previously had great health, but you did not address lower density vibrations within your being, may suddenly find yourself sick, or you may suddenly find that things are coming to the surface for your healing, release, and transmutation. Those of you who were previously sick may find that your body is spontaneously healing if you allow this and disengage from the pattern of being sick. It does take your cooperation and co-creation, dear ones. Now that you have this awareness, you can focus some of your attention on this if you choose. The example of this channel and the achy feeling she had in her body. Previous to this time, she did not need to detox. But there were things within her being of lower density that needed to be released, and the most efficient way for her body was through a detoxification process. And so it is different for each one of you, dear ones. However, simply understand that what is happening is a deep change in your physical beings that will lead to being much more comfortable and joyous in your physical bodies. And so to be patient with the process, to be gentle and loving with yourselves. Again, pure water, pure food. Keep it simple, dear ones. If you need the assistance of a practitioner, by all means, reach out for help. For some of you, it is also appropriate to receive help from the technologies of your star brothers and sisters. If you ask and it does not happen, do not despair, dear ones. The time is coming. It is very important, dear ones, as your physical body changes and shifts, to first be allowing of these changes and shifts. And second, to cultivate a deep relationship with your body so that you can have a clearer, intuitive understanding of what is happening in your situation. For as I said, it will be different for each one. And so it is important to understand, what is the body doing? What is the body communicating to me? To reach out to the body, so to speak, as a friend and ask. Ask for communication that is clear for your intellect to understand, so that you can honor and respect what the body needs and what the body wishes. You are not leaving your bodies just yet, dear ones. And so it is important to honor the physical body, to recognize it as an important vessel and vehicle for your soul and your spirit, and to treat it with the greatest esteem, to treat it with love and honor and respect. Those of you who used substances in the past and are no longer feeling a resonance with this, It is also important that you honor this and disengage from any habit that you had. Yes, for some it can be immediate, for some it will take time. Either way, honor what the body is asking of you.
A viewer asks, can Prime Creator give advice to those experiencing social changes as their frequencies increase?
Ah, yes. Much as in the case of the physical body. As you feel different, as you integrate higher frequencies, you may be finding yourself wishing to spend time with different people, or to not spend time with people at all. Again, this is a learning of letting go, of allowing, of letting things be. And to not judge yourself. For if you, in the past, have enjoyed certain company, and you no longer feel a resonance with those beings, it is okay to move on, to open yourself to spending time with new beings, or simply to spending time by yourself, or with nature, or with animals. There is no right or wrong way to navigate this, as long as you are being true to your own hearts. That is the most important thing, dear ones.
A viewer asks, in hertz, what is the frequency of love?
Dear ones, if we are speaking of pure, unconditional, unadulterated love without ego or agenda, which is, of course, what love is, it cannot be measured in hertz, dear ones. Love is. There is no measurement that could accurately capture what love is.
The viewer asks, in hertz, at what frequency does Prime Creator vibrate?
Dear ones, while I have appreciation for this question, like love, there is no measurement that can capture, that can give you an understanding of my frequency. For as we have discussed before, I am the highest frequencies of love and light, and while scientists try to assign numbers to gain an understanding of how light works, in truth, it is so far out of the realm of what is able to be measured.
A viewer asks, in hertz, at what frequency do light workers on Earth vibrate?
This, of course, dear ones, varies from person to person. There are some light workers, please understand, that are working with the light and do not know it. They are not what you would call consciously awake. However, who they are and how they live their lives is in accordance to the light. And they are sharing love and light in their everyday lives. Some of these beings may vibrate around 300 hertz. And then you have light workers who are very consciously aware of what they are doing and how they are working with the light. They have purified, they have cleansed, they have been focused and disciplined on the path. And some of these are vibrating very high frequencies. Some of these beings, dear ones, are close to reaching 1,000 hertz. There are not as many of these, of course. However, each of you are working constantly to raise your frequencies and vibrations. You too shall reach high levels of frequency with your focus and discipline.
The viewer asks, in hertz, at what frequency is Gaia currently vibrating?
She is vibrating between 288 and 295 hertz at this time, dear ones. It is not steady yet, as she is doing her work to integrate the frequencies that came through for you in March. Like you, she will climb steadily onward and upward in frequency.
Is the ambient energy, which Max felt in his dreams, arriving at the same time for everyone?
Yes, dear ones, for clarity, you know that you have already been receiving that ambient energy of heaven, as Max described. And there will be more and more that comes to your planet. All will experience this at the same time, for it will be like a great flood that does come to your planet Earth. A flood not as in any devastation or any harm, but it will saturate every being, anything that has life. It will completely penetrate all experience on your planet. All will be part of this experience. All will experience this simultaneously, and you can understand how some will interpret different than your understanding of love and light. Even looking back on March as an example, for those who understood what was occurring, they flowed with the energy in acceptance. They used it to the best of their abilities. For those who did not understand and may have suffered from sickness or great disruption in their life, it may have been viewed as a nuisance or something unwanted. This will be even more amplified for a time when the full saturation occurs. For those who are ready to receive it, will feel relief and bliss. And those who carry much density will have much to deal with in their own experience, or they may simply pass on to another dimension, for it will affect the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual bodies. Nothing will be unaffected by this energy. And you are already experiencing this in your everyday lives, dear ones.
Is there anything else Prime Creator would like to share with those watching this video at this time?
Dear ones, we are moving along now at a beautiful pace. From the perspective of the hierarchy, all is in order. From the perspective of humanity, many see through the eyes of fear. And so you interpret what is occurring as disasters, or things are crazy, or things have gotten out of control. What needed to be done in other realms to prepare Gaia for ascension, for this great flood of love and light. These things are all now in order, dear ones. And so now it is up to the timing and desire of each soul in collaboration of when and how things unfold. Many predictions are given through many channels, dear ones. It is okay to listen to this information. However, as we've discussed before, I invite you not to become attached to timelines. For things can happen before or after what has been predicted. And so, as always, it is of your benefit to stay in the moment, to continue doing your inner work, to raise your frequency, to become pure. I will now give a transmission of sound through this channel for the elevation of your frequencies. Thank you, dear ones, for your service. I transmit my love to each of you. Feel me in your hearts. Feel me in every molecule and cell of your being. I love you. Much love.